Good evening. It's Monday night and it's 7 o'clock BC time, and it's mental mind treatment time. I want to say hi, Marion. Excuse me. Right as I start talking, of course. I've been talking all day. It doesn't make any difference till I sit down here. Marion says good evening, and I want to thank her for using the Tibetan bowl to help keep the energy of what's happening and going on here right on task. I have been listening last night and tonight to the American Idol singers in Hawaii. I've always liked Hawaii, but the singing is absolutely superlative. I couldn't press my stop, what do you call? Oh my brain has gone crazy. Anyway, I didn't stop it last night. I just left it. I'll re-listen to last night, and now they're playing tonight. I haven't quite finished yet, but I'll go back. It's always nice to have something that's really, really speaks to your heart. And these singers are good this year. Really, really good. Anyway, I've got a couple here that have talked to me already. So I'm going to start from me chatting away with that. My first person I'm going to do a treatment for is Leroy. He has not been well. He has a virus. So we agreed that I would do a treatment for him tonight. The numbers that he gave me were 2, 4, and 6. 2 is always about choice and decision, but 4 is a bit stubborn. And 6 is usually, yes, needing some more healthy things. As I tune into the virus, the healthiness, I feel there's something bigger going on about life, of direction, of how to handle, how to be, where am I going, what's happening. And so consequently, it's a decision here. Do you want to be really well? Do you have a fear that you're not? Because that's number 4 is in there. But the 6 is there's the possibility of really shift. And I think it's like an inner picture, shifting the inner picture of your body, your health. And I kind of feel like I want to cast out a lot of old thinking. And I want to go back maybe 20 years, 25 years of what was said, what was projected in there. And as soon as my voice straightens out, I've had a runny nose for several days now, so it's partly in my throat as well. So, Leroy, I think that if you go back and just do the releasing exercises, where you have a picture and then you can put a light on it just to sort of block it away and just move everything. So let me just do a treatment on this. I know the one power and the one essence as I speak my word for Leroy. I know that he has the possibility of being totally healthy within himself. And whether it's a virus or whether it's just an old thing recirculating, which is what they do in the body a lot, viruses, is that there is a time of just recognizing it is time to say bye-bye. It is time to let it go so that the essence of health can come inside and vibrate through every cell of the body, of allowing the light to shine within you and without you. It's through your aura, through the pores of your skin, into your aura of a healthy, physically, mentally, in every which way that you can think of. I give thanks in knowing that Leroy can have and attain and be healthy on all levels in all ways. And I give thanks in the knowing of this as I release this by saying, and so it is. See some people adding on in here, but I'm just going to keep on with my book sheet first. This is for a person which we're going to call Mango. And that's about releasing depression and having inner strength. The numbers I chose for the vibration of this was 18, 20, and 15. A lot of emotion, a lot of self-deception as well, and the need for an acceptance that they're okay. So it is the coming to terms with them more than what the picture they have of themselves is. The letting go of the deeper emotion that creates the depression, that is to me is suppressed, and allowing it's like the light to shine inside, and just basically unhooking from the past. So in the treatment, we'll see how that unfolds. I know the one power and one essence is there when we require it, when we need it, and it being it. And therefore, as I speak my word for Mango, I know that the depression is there. It's almost in every cell. It's like a no matter how much you try to get out of ever being stuck in mud, that's how it feels. It's like you put your foot up and it sort of squishes you back down. So it's like releasing this depression about life, about yourself, about the enjoyment of being. So as we allow that to go, we see whether the light, whatever color light you want to work with, you can bring it in deeper and allow that light to shine through that depression, through that sadness, and accept that you are more than what has been told or what you've accepted as your reality and being. The letting go of that is so, so, so important. So we release this by saying, and I just feel like saying into God's hands. Easter's coming, right? So like it's like releasing it and allowing yourself to realize that you have worth, you have perseverance, and you're loved. Very often we look to people to love us. And if they don't love us the way we want to be loved, then we feel unlovable. But the reality is there is an energy. I call it the love source. Some people call it God. Some people call it Jesus. Some people call it Allah, and many other names that loves us for who we are, our soul that lives within us. And we allow that soul to feel that and grow beyond, and all that there is. For there is light, there is love, there is essence. And for this, as I release this, I do so by saying, and so it is. And so it is. Blessings with much love, Mango. Okay. Kayla, I've got yours here, but I see you've written in, so I'm going to talk to you when I come to there. Karen, Marcus first. 20, 18, and 9. You know, if any of you caught my Sunday talk on Sunday, it was about before Easter. Kind of setting a little bit of a platform for what I'll talk about on Easter Sunday, and I hope you listen in, because I used to, when I was being the metaphysical minister and doing a lot of talks on a Sunday, I always enjoyed talking on an Easter Sunday and saying some things that most people didn't think wasn't regular, in which, of course, I'm not. I'm a metaphysical minister. I was a metaphysical minister. Okay, Karen, 20, 18, and 9. 20 is the acceptance of the power. 18 is the fear of the power. And 9 is the knowing that there's more knowledge out there. What do we do with this? I think this is time for you to stand on your legs or feet. Stand on your feet, so to speak, and let go of the fear of becoming. What do I mean by that? I mean becoming all that you are. You know who you are. You know what you are. You know what you can do. But sometimes there's a fear of that too. Like we have a lot of thoughts in our heads that people put into us. You know, like I used to get like, who do you think you are? Myself, But anyway, it's like here, this is about acceptance. I think of your power, of your awareness, and not to be afraid of it. Fear can be sneaky as anything. It's like it comes sometimes looking as a wonderful thing. but it's absolutely, it's like a snake that slithers in there, you know. And I think the answer lies within you. That's the number 9, the hermit. So you might want to meditate on the hermit a little bit here. 20 is acceptance of the power, but 18 is scared of it. What do we do with this power that we have? Be ourselves. So let's see what comes out in treatment. I know there is one power and the one essence, and I know as I speak my word for Karen, there's a lot that she knows and understands. I also know that when we get to a place of majesty, so to speak, when we get to a place of being aware and we feel it and we know it, we know what we can do. It's almost like, well, what do we do with that? The answer is here. You follow your heart. You come inside. The answer lies within. What does it you want? What do you want to create? What do you want to ask for? And you become more aware of the giving and the taking of the energy that you put out, but you also receive it. And then you work with it. And that's what I feel. I feel like you're a flower that is beautiful, but you're expanding and you don't know where the edges are yet. And the edges are wherever you desire them, however you want them. And it will allow it an essence of who you are and where you're going and what you're doing. I give thanks in knowing the strength that you have in the relationship of your being, that the strength, the awareness is to let go the fear and just listen to your heart, not the mind, the heart. Listen to where and how you want to see the things to be and watch them evolve externally from you in a whole different way that will bring about a tremendous sense of beingness. I give thanks in the knowingness of this, of your growth, of the progress, and just the evolvement of you, the evolving. It warms my heart. I look forward to seeing how you progress and what you get up to as you go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Karen Lee. Good to see you. We'd love a treatment for patience. I can laugh at that one, if I will. 3, 17, and 12. Let's just look at those numbers for a minute. Lovingness, basically accepting love, being love, all things loving. 17 is always about balance. How much do we put out? How much do we hold? And sometimes we have to monitor that a little bit, because sometimes, like if we put out too much, the other person's are overwhelmed, or we're draining ourselves. Same thing can apply. If we don't put enough, then we're holding in, and that creates another circumstance. And 12 being acceptance. I think you're accepting your power. You've got patience here. Yeah, patience can be good when you're expanding. Excuse me. You're expanding into your awareness, into your knowledge. Definitely growth's happening that needs to be accepted. But how do we accept that? If we overdo, if we over put out, we'll be drained. And if we get drained, then we're no good to anybody. Love is the base that you work from. Love is, to me, is acceptance and forgiveness. Next Sunday, talking about, well, this Sunday coming up, I guess, talking about forgiveness. It's all about what Easter's about. Anyway, so be patient with yourself. Love yourself, but watch your energy input and output. Be patient with just being you, feeling the love source, accepting who you are, and realizing you don't have to be a paragon of virtue. Did I say that correctly? I think you know what I mean. The allowingness of the flow of you in the direction of where you're heading is all absolutely wonderful. I love it. I give thanks in knowing that you're taking a step that if you monitor the energy flow, then we will be flying. I give thanks in the knowing of this as I release this by saying, and so it is. Yes, patience is yours. Okay, and then underneath, I've got Maggie G, and then I'll have Kayla. Blessings, healing, please, on self-forgiveness. Oh, good time. I gotta write that down now. 9, here's 17 again. 21. I think I don't know how many you've listened to me over the times, but I've talked about how I spent 6 months forgiving myself every day, connecting into the light and saying, I forgive myself for whatever I have done throughout all time. It doesn't matter about circumstances, just whatever it was, whatever I was carrying. I did that for 6 months after my daughter left us too, because I felt very guilty about that. And I just found that eventually I came to an inner peace with most things, and especially myself. And sure, I'm not perfect. I still have a little few health issues. I'm still getting over all the cancer stuff, all that. But the sense inside and the connection, knowing it's about forgiveness. And this Sunday, I will be talking about that, Easter Sunday for sure, because that's really what it's all about. So let's have a look at, sorry for carrying on, but yes, the technique of that. 9 is acceptance of self in here. It's like, listen to the self. 17 is watch your energy. Don't beat yourself up for things that you've done because they're done. Forgive yourself for that. And 21 is to come into balance. So this is all about you coming into balance and the realization that you're human. When we're human, we are emotional beings. Just imagine all those planets that don't have emotion. That's why they come here, to learn about them. So anyway, so it's like, just recognize the acceptance of being you. The answer lies within. As you rebalance and accept that balance, you won't be giving your energy away or over worry, because it can go both ways. You can put too much out, or you can be holding too much in, which is the worry, the anxiety, that whatever else can go on. Okay, so let's do a treatment on that. I know there is one power and one love and one essence. Therefore, I speak my word for Maggie G, knowing that self-forgiveness is available right now, this moment. The ability to forgive oneself, as I call it, screwing up, messing up, or whatever. The answer is inside. Whether it is something we did long time ago, or whether it's something we just did 2 hours ago. It is the knowing of how our energy works, how thought works, where we put thought, which is usually or action. If we put a lot of energy around it, we just have to take a little longer and breathing it out. It is about coming back into balance and understanding that no matter what, we are already forgiven. It's the self, as you already know. It is the forgiveness of self. We are human. We have emotion, and we have a mind. We've got these 2 elements that can create havoc with us. Mostly, if you're a person like myself, often we look at the emotional side. Other people also like myself, we look at the mental side. We get in a turmoil of it, and we don't let go. We get all caught up in what should have done, or would have done, or could have done, or been, bringing it into some form of reality. This is why the balance is so important. To have the balance, to recognize I'm over emotional, I'm overthinking. Let's come to center. Let's forgive ourselves and remember who we really are. We are a person on a path, hopefully working with the divine light, moving forward. And so therefore, self-forgiveness from that light can infiltrate every cell in your body and bring it forward. So you don't have to walk around with all the things that you feel guilty over or resent or regret. Those are the three big keys in that whole thing. And so as I release this thought into the cosmos, my voice is getting very, very crackly. Excuse me. I know that Maggie G understands. I also know that within the self-forgiveness comes redemption, yes, a sense of power, and a sense of moving forward in a whole different way. I give thanks in knowing that through balance, through self-forgiveness, through understanding who she is, that she will move forward with ease, love, and understanding. And I release this by saying, and so it is. Amen. Okay, Kayla, what you write here? Many loving hugs to all. How blessed are we to listen and learn from Norma's channeling. Bless your heart. I just wish it would channel my throat away. I was fine up until I was starting speaking. I've been dealing with this, is it like nasal drip or something, and it's been annoying actually. And I don't need it right now. And because everyone's saying don't drink Coke, that's what would clear it. So I don't have any in my glass. I just have water, which doesn't do a thing for it, actually. Okay, Kayla, here we go. What I've written down here is to rebalance self for more energy. And I put numbers 14, 12, and 3. 14 is about balance with our emotions, with our inspiration, and with our thoughts. And 12 is the acceptance of that. To accept that we know. And what do we know? That everything is love. That it is all love. So as we rebalance this and remember that we are love, whatever that looks like for you, Kayla. I'm just going to go back for a moment in that we know that a lot of this that's been going on for you is containing yourself and relaxing and not overdoing it. But I feel here it's now rebalancing the inner energies just to accept how loved you are yourself. It's like having there's one of those little cards that I read, it talks about a love bath. Having a love bath. Just think of that lying in that bath of love, filling every cell of your body, reminding you of who you truly, truly are. Reminding you that you don't have to despair or worry or be concerned, but all you need to do is relax and allow the light to work. Allow it. Don't try and say, go here, go there, I need you there, I need here, I need this. Just, it's like, it reminds me of that, boy, I see that card. Lying in the bathtub, totally in a love bath. Letting the body replenish. That's a word. I'm just going to write that down here. I've got rebalance, but I think what we're looking for is to replenish. Can't even spell it correctly. There we go. Replenish the essence of you. Replenish the state of you. Replenish all that you are. I give thanks in the knowing of this for Kayla, that as the divine light moves through and there is a letting go and a relaxing just in a bath of replenishment to replenish the essence of being. that the trueness of who you are is central, and the awareness of that just vibrates on its own. It's like when a person hits a piano on one key. Let's say C. I don't play. I learned a little bit, but not a lot. We put a key on the piano, it resounds a certain sound. We all are a sound. We are a sound. And this is now time, Kayla, to replenish your sound, to allow yourself to be renewed, revitalized, and brought into total balance. I give thanks in the knowing of this. I give thanks as I release this, knowing it is true for Kayla, that she is at one with all there is. And so it is. Okay, Matzo 7, you made it. Yes. Oh, wow, just made it. Her eyes for 3, 5, 4 numbers. Okay. 3, 5, 7, 9. Three is always about love, knowing that love is in everything and everywhere. 5 is looking for answers, either feeling you have them all or you need them, one or the other. 7 is the letting go of the past, which I know we talked about last week. And the 9 says the answer lies within you. Let's put all that together. When we understand that when the how do I want to say that? When the scientists are looking at a cell, there's space. They don't know what that space is. That space is love. So that every cell that we have in the body, there is love there. Is it activated or is it not activated? How, and then learning how to activate that, learning how to understand say for me, it was the metaphysical principles, leaving behind some of the Christian things I'd learned, not overly, but I had learned some, into a metaphysical format and understanding how that works. And sometimes there's a turning your back to the old as you move towards the new understanding, the new awareness. And so it's like re-listening, re-understanding, and not putting your energy in the old thinking or the old way, because that's called habit. One of the things we fight a lot as we grow is that we don't fall back into old habits. And that is the mental habits of thinking. My eyes are not working right. I'm having problem. I can't see. I can't do what I want. Whatever it is, we tend to repeat and repeat and repeat. So we don't change the thinking process that affects that space that is in our cells to activate it to be different than before. Last week, I remember talking about knowing what's in your heart, which is love for yourself. And here I feel that you're needing to be aware of it on a bigger scale, not so much intellectually, but feeling wise, to feel it and know it. And when I talked about the love bath up here earlier, what was that for? Self-forgiveness, I think. I was talking about a love bath. Oh, I think that was Kayla. The card that talks about the love bath. We have to accept that love, which is invisible, we can't touch it. We can figure out, if we go in deep enough for ourselves, to figure out what color it is. We can put a color to it, but often it's not even a color. So it's really about understanding that there's an energy in you that can heal anything in your body if you so choose. But who are you listening to? What does your mind say? I know you live in your mind a lot and question everything, it seems. So, excuse me here again. I really wish this would clear. Anyway, You have the ability. We all have the ability to heal ourselves. Thing is, though, unfortunately, like some of us, we have to wait till whatever it is that's exploding inside explodes so we can deal with it and take care of it and move with it and breathe forth and have patience. Not that I see patience in these numbers of yours. I do see the need for changing your mental approach to how you think. I'm going to suggest, I always suggest when I'm working with my students, when I was working with students a lot, that they learn to sit back and watch their mind, the ticker tape that goes across their mind, to catch where they are thinking incorrectly. In other words, they're not thinking for what they really want. They're just thinking habits, habitual thinking. And then they can freeze it, then they can replace it that will support the goals that they want. So if your goal is for your eyes to see good or get better or whatever your terminology for yourself is, you've got to catch any other thought that does not reflect that. Freeze it in time and space, evaporate it, replace it with healthy eyes. That's one way you can do that. And don't listen to the old thoughts at all. Blow them up if you want, or do whatever you need to do. So anyway, let me treat this. I know there is one power and one essence, and I know as I speak my words for love maths numbers 07. 07, yes. Fearless, goes wherever, that he will accept his own internal power to change, to become aware of the thinking, the thoughts that are not supporting what he wants in his life or what he wants to do or see or be. Then he begins to recognize that love exists for everyone if they choose to bring it in. If they choose to breathe it, see it. I got in touch with it through color. Not everybody's the same as me, but I know it's in everybody. It's around, it can be in, it's everywhere. I know that without effect. I know that that's the truth of being. And I know that if you become aware and play as much energy as you do to try and take everything apart mentally, is that you catch what does not support you in seeing clearly, in being happy, and getting yourself to where you want to be. It's about clearing out those habitual thinking patterns. What a difference. Stay involved, stay in tune, come every week. We will do treatments. It will shift. It will shift. It does work. I give thanks on the knowing for this as I release this by saying, and so it is. Amen. Okay. Where am I here? I went down too far. Marlene Mallow. Okay. I like the illiteracy of your name. I don't necessarily remember you, but anyway, thank you so much. Love to hear your prayer treatments. I love and hugs. Oh, you're just thanking me. There's not something that I can do for you. If there ever is, please put it in because that's what it is. But thank you so much I'm going to read that again. Thank you so much. Love to you to hear your prayer treatments. Love and hugs. Thank you. Well, that makes sitting here worthwhile, doesn't it? With my crazy voice today. Karen Marcus says, did I didn't do you today? Are you way back up there? Okay. Thank you, my dear. Thank you. Very, very, very insightful. Okay, down to Walud Shah. Now that's new. Hi Norma. That's new. Well, thank you for the hellos. Appreciate it. Yay, sir. Oh my, these names. I'm sorry. Yale Shabrez, hello with hands. Thank you, and hello back. Karen Lee says thank you, Norma. Will I try treatment? Here we go. I got to just write your name down. Lude Shah. Treatment for toxic family. 13, 15, and 20. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look at that. 13 shows there is a way out of that because that's the death symbol, moving into new territory. 15 is emotionality where we're whole. That would be where the toxicity would be. And 20 is the acceptance of what is. You can't change other people. That's the bottom line when you're an adult anyway. So the element of transformation and changing is not to be tied to. So sometimes we get energy ties. If people can see clairvoyantly, often you'll see a string that'll come in and I can't use this arm very well. So it hooks in and there's a hook and there's a little string. So whatever happens in that other person, that energy will come into your body. Those can be all over. They can be in your head. We're often in the trunk of our body, sometimes in our joints. And the key is to be able to find those and unhook them and give them back and then not allow them back in. That's what I feel is happening here. Because this whole 3 numbers says that you have to, in a way, remove yourself. And the other thing with toxic from a family is it can be a long, long distance. It doesn't matter. They can still get in if those hooks, it's those little hooks. And the acceptance that you just want to, is, the old thing when years ago when I first moved up to where I live now, everyone was talking about cutting cords. And I just about had conniptions on it. Because I learned many, many years ago, cutting cords means nothing. And I don't know what you've studied or what you have or what you know, but I feel for anybody who's listening to this, if you cut cords, stop now. What you do is you trace it where it's hooked into your body and you unhook it, give it back, and fill the space up with whatever color or loving color you have, you want to use. Because if you cut or you got ends hanging out and they just reconnect, and you don't want that. You want to be by yourself in your own being and your own person. Very, very important. So we let that go. So what's really important here is that when it's toxic is that you're in a position that you don't take it on. You don't take it on mentally. You don't take it on emotionally or physically. Now you can, again, we talk about shields. A lot of people put a shield up. Unfortunately, toxic energy has a way of getting around those or through them or whatever, because normally you haven't unhooked enough to have your own space in between the shield and you. What's better is for you to be pure and whole, loving within yourself. So it sometimes takes a little time to build up your aura to be loving, filled with whatever. I've always used color. And I have a color I like and I can do it. And often I forget and don't worry about it too much. But I took years building myself up. Not that I had a toxic family, but I ran into people who didn't like what I was doing or me, period, or whatever. Because I would speak often without thinking and people would get hurt. But anyway, I think here, as I move into prayer for this, mental mind treatments, is that you just need to realize you have the ability to isolate where they connect to you. Brain, heart, other parts of your body. Find the thread, unhook the thread, push it back if you want. That's not a problem. Let yourself aurically come into a color that you love. Have within yourself, know that you are loved for you by the divine, or whatever you want to call the love energy. So let me just do a treatment for you. I know there is one power, and I know that power exists, and that we can tune into that power and we can bring it into ourselves and fill ourselves up and know the love that is there for us. I also know when we have that love in us, we can become powerful and complete and feel serene. And that no matter what another person says, it's like it just flies by because it has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to connect to, has nothing to hook onto, that it is gone. And it is freedom to have that, to know that there is love and light, and that you have command over your mind, you have command over the heart, you have command over your reactions of being. I give thanks in knowing that Shah can be about a sense of direction for himself, herself. I think it's male, for yourself. I give thanks in knowing your strength, your power, your love, the essence of you just flows. And I trust you'll come back Monday after Monday, and then we get you strong and healthy and aware. I get tears in my eyes as I say, I give thanks as I release this with love and light and well-being. And so it is. Amen. Karen Barney says, good evening and blessings to everyone, and especially blessings to you. Maggie G says, thank you. Ashika, hello, my dear. Hang on a minute, moved it too fast, I think. Yeah. Giving me some numbers. That's what I like. Okay, 8, 9, and 10. Hey, Norma, how's it going? I wanted a mental mind treatment for my overall joints and their good health. Well, I'll tell you, my joints haven't been doing well lately. I think it's just the time of the year. But anyway, overall joints. Hang on a minute. Somewhere this is coming in. Wanted a overall joints and good health. Okay. What I like about the numbers you picked is that number 8 is the strength card, which shows you have an inner strength to, and I'm going to use, when I say obey, I mean, I'm going to replace the word obey. That was the first word that came in my head, is to utilizing what we've been doing. And because the answer with the number 9, the answer lies within you. And yes, there'll be changes with the 10, but you have the strength, you have the power, you have the awareness, and you hopefully don't have a voice that's crackling. It is the awareness that the love force, whatever color you want to use, can come in and can clear the system. So when your joints seem, I need to do this all the time with my knees right now, to bring in the light into the joint. See, we get in our heads and we forget to do these exercises. Then you would have beaming, moving forward, whether it's wrist, any joint, doesn't matter. But when the joints begin to not be as good as they can be, it is imperative that you bring in loving light with, as I said, I usually use color, and bring it in rather than just accept, oh, they're stiff today or they hurt today, is to bring in, use your mind to bring in the light, to bring in the color so that you become more and more relaxed because you are ready to move ahead. You are ready to move and create. You are ready to go into not only good health, a good life. There is so much ready to happen for you. So let's do a treatment on that. I know there is one power and one essence, and I know when I speak my word for Ashika that there is such an incredible movement of change and understanding and awareness of how the movement of color and love, especially love, as we even love ourselves by hugging ourselves, is to allow each joint to feel the power of moving out the old stresses, of moving out the old disappointments, of moving out the old anger and madness that we can have and carry for others. This is a time for you to replenish, to allow yourself to move into a greater understanding of your power, of you in relation to your body. I give thanks in knowing that you are on a breakthrough. You are ready to break through and move in, so these things just move away. I give light, I give thanks, I give all of it, so that you may have exactly the treatment of your health that you want. I give thanks as I release this by saying, and so it is. And so it is. Okay. It's another new person. I don't remember this. Rosa Simon. Help with releasing anxiety and inner fear. Anxiety and inner fear. Been dealing with this for a while. Yeah, it can get a bit big sometimes. 7, 15, 17. Some of the things I've been saying tonight, they're having a bit of a similarity. So you may find, if you re-listen back through, the early ones may say some strength in that too. The 7 shows that you're ready to leave this all behind. It's almost like enough is enough, but you don't know how. You just know enough's enough. I'm done with this. And that's the 15, because you're tied up with it. It's been around just too long. I'm going to use it was become insidious because it's such a habit. And the 17 says, again, is a sense of being in your own power, not giving power to others, not giving power out, but maintaining their power. But at least you're ready to move. So what we're going to do is do a treatment. And if you re-listen, you'll hear a lot. It's what I've been talking about, how to change color and stuff like that. I know there is one power and one essence, and I know this love essence is available to each one of us if we allow it to come in and go. And I also know that we can move into that knowing this through our minds. I know that the anxiety and the inner fear that Rosa has been experienced is from habit, because she has known no other way of that. I also know that as that energy that it's sort of like a sadness, actually, from what I feel. It's like a sadness that's there, is that it's like she doesn't want that anymore. But the thing is, let's work on having our energy work and replenish. Sometimes we need replenishment, and that's what prayer can do. But also it can be changing a behavior. Instead of getting upset, so our insides twisting around because we don't know what to do, know that it will be an easy sense of being. I know, Rosa, that I want to give you a phrase that I've used for a long time, which is time is my friend. Yourself and Maggie G both are working, and some others, but you're working to change things. And you can use the phrase, time is my friend. What we're asking you to do is to let go of old thinking. Freeze the thinking, evaporate the thinking, and release it. Evaporating it releases it, and replace it with what you really are wanting. Energy, I'm going to use my glass of water. Energy is like this glass of water if it was empty, just full. But when I have water and I pour out something, I have to pour something in to replace it. If you do not replace it with something new, it will just replenish itself. It's kind of a bit of an imagination, because water, you have to pour something in. But our minds are like that. they will regurgitate old tapes over and over and over and over again, even though you don't want them. But if you freeze it in time, evaporate it, and then put it in another thought, which is can be time is my friend, I'm good, everything is wonderful, whatever you want to put in there, eventually you will automatically start thinking that what you want, you will start thinking what you want, not what you don't want. That's going to take care of that. So please keep coming back. Please keep coming back. As we know that you have strength, you have power, you have essence. I give thanks in knowing that you're in the right place and that you can change this. Perseverance, experience, practice, and knowing that this energy that I talk about loves you beyond measure and you can achieve what you want. And so I release this thought knowing it's true and it is done. And so it is. Kayla says, thank you. This so resonates with and for me. I will enjoy my bath of love tonight. I soak in beautiful love. What a wonderful image. Mm-hmm. I love Matt Simon. Thank you so much, Norma, for your beautiful treatment. We'll keep everything in mind and whatever. And then CC99 keeps retracting her message. I don't know. Walood says, thank you so much. I truly felt the love in your prayer. I truly appreciate your advice and hope to see you next week. Oh, I look forward to it. Karen Barney says, sorry for saying all the thank yous, but for me, it's important. Thank you so much, Norma. Listening to Ashika's message totally resonated with me tonight. And that's the important element that we're finding is what is said for A helps B or C or D, and even for myself. It reminded me to get my act together on something. Lori, but hi. I forgive others. However, I am the one that suffers. I love the color analogy, and it has helped me understand how our energy can be hijacked. Oh, yes. Giving your power away to other people is one of the biggest things that we do that creates pain. We sometimes take on other people's pain, yes. But we've got to really watch, especially in the beginning when we're starting, is to watch the mental element. Thank you, Laurie, for sharing that back because it is so important. And tonight I've given a lot of different exercises away. Great reminder, Norma. It says Maggie G. Thank you. Oh, wise one. The white hair, dear, the white hair. And Laurie Bradley says, thank you, Norma, and chat friends. Yes. Well, we've done a long one tonight. That's good. I've been talking. Sorry, my voice has been crackling a bit, but we didn't freeze. Haven't frozen since I worked on my computer and turning it off at night and doing all sorts of things. I just want to point out on when, I've been trying these shorts. They're a bit frustrating for me, but whatever. I've got 2 more to do tomorrow and Wednesday morning before I do my Norma talks at 9:00, when I'm going to do the whole talk of the wands, the journey of the wands. That's how we think. So if you maybe not out listening at 9:00 in the morning on Wednesday, but I'm going to suggest you go and listen to them as a journey because the journey is really good. I've been trying to do it in these shorts. It's a bit frustrating for me, but I'm working on that. So we all have our projects to do. And Laurie Bradley says, thank you, Norma. And then it's all good. As long as all's good. Anyway, good night, everybody. Have a nice night. I've got to finish listening to the singers from Hawaii on this night's Hollywood shows. Oh, my God. What singers they have this year, I am blown away. They're so good. I think I've only had 2 I didn't really want to listen to. The rest have been last night and so far tonight. Superlative. Blessings. I love you. I'll be back Wednesday. I'll be back tomorrow, actually, for the short. See ya.